Hi, my name is Chefchanka, President of UCPBA Ottawa. This year, we'd like to welcome Ukraine on its 29th anniversary of its independence. Вітаємо Україну 29-річчя її незалежності. This year, unfortunately, due to COVID, we're not able to gather for our annual Independence Day event, but we thought we'd share a few Ukrainian-related locations and monuments and statues around Ottawa. So our first location is where I'm standing right now, and it's related to an individual who was born in Sudbury, Ontario, and in the early 1960s graduated from the University of Ottawa with a degree in philosophy, and went on to have a fantastic broadcasting career, worked and continues to have a great broadcasting career. Started off at the CBC and then worked on a number of different game shows, but is known most for his role as host of Jeopardy! Now, if your answer was, who was Alex Trebek? You'd be correct. So this is Trebek Alumni Hall on the campus of University of Ottawa. And we're gonna now go to a few other individuals of UCPBA Ottawa, a few executive members rather, along with a special video thank you from UCC Ottawa President Buddhist Gangolo as well.
Hi there, this is Dr. Christine Radd at Parliament Hill, and I'm here to talk to you all about Michael Lukovich. He was born in the late 1800s in Shamokin, Pennsylvania. He later pursued a political science degree as well as a teacher certificate in Calgary. He was an active member of the United Farmers of Alberta, as well as taught for several years until he was elected as an MP to Canadian Parliament. He was the youngest member at that time, as well as not only representing his riding, he also represented over 200,000 Ukrainian Canadians. Michael Lukovich, we salute you.
Привет! We are in front of the Taras Chefchanka statue next to the St. John the Baptist Catholic Ukrainian Shrine. The statue was one of the many works of Leo Mol, or Leonid Molodozhanin, a Ukrainian-Canadian sculptor. The unveiling was on the 26th of June 2011. On the monument is my favorite quote of Taras Shevchenko, "І чужому научайтесь, і свого не цурайтесь," which roughly translates to, "Teach, read, and learn from others, but do not forget that which is your own."
So this is Tarn Road, and it's named after Bill Tarn. Now, Bill's parents immigrated from Bukovina, and Bill was born in Manitoba. He came to Ottawa when he was about 18 years old, and he found himself in the real estate sector. And in fact, he didn't find himself in the real estate sector. He made his way and he paved his own way. He was chairman and president of CMHC, and he was also deputy minister for the Ministry of State for Urban Affairs in 1976. So all that in addition to being a real estate developer. Bill Tarn was made an officer of the Order of Canada in the 1980s, and he's called the Father of Canada because he was responsible for the development of much of the early parts of Canada, including Beaverbrook, where I'm at right now. Unfortunately, Bill Tarn passed away in 2018, and he was 85 years old. Well, I'm happy to have shown you why Bill Tarn is so famous and why this street was named after him.
Good day, I'm Buddhist Gangolo, President of the Ottawa affiliate of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress. In the past centuries, Ukrainians have fought and died on battlefields from Hong Kong to Vientiane, to Burma, to Italy, to Northwest Europe, and to Ukraine itself. In defense of freedom, in defense of the sovereignty of their adopted and home countries, trying to fight to make a place for themselves in new societies, and sometimes fighting just for their own personal survival. We're at the grave of Philip Konoval. Konoval came to Canada in 1912 and joined the Canadian Army at the beginning of the First World War. He won his Victoria Cross in August of 1917 at Hill 70 and was seriously injured shortly thereafter. As he was winning his Victoria Cross, at the other end of the European continent, the armies of the Ukrainian People's Republic and the West Ukrainian People's Republic were fighting for the survival of their nations, defending at Krute, at Kyiv, fighting across the Spruch, defending Lviv, fighting against Poles, against Red Russians, and against White Russians. The Iron Division of the People's Ukrainian Republic had a call and response. It was Slava Ukraini, Ukraini Slava. Glory to Ukraine glory. In the 20s and 30s, this got changed slightly, so by the time of the Ukrainian Insurgent Army in the 1940s, the response was Heroyam Slava, to the heroes glory. We heard this again in 2014 on the Maidan during the Revolution of Dignity. And now in Ukraine, they're fighting again, fighting in the defense of their country against the Russian invasion in the Donbass, holding the border in Crimea, and also fighting internally for a democratic, for a non-corrupt, for an honest government with a judicial system and government system of integrity and service to the people. So in honor of all those who are fighting now, we can say Slava Ukraini, Heroyam Slava on our Independence Day.
Thank you everyone for submitting those great clips of Ukrainian locations around Ottawa, and a special thank you to UCC Ottawa President Buddhist Gangolo. We have one final location to share with you, which is also here at the University of Ottawa, and that's the Chair of Ukrainian Studies. Established in the early 1990s and held by Dr. Dominic Harel since 2003. It holds various events throughout the years and does important research work, and it's also partners with UCPBA Ottawa every year on the Ivan Franko Memorial Lecture. So those are all the locations we have to share with you this year, and please stay subscribed and stay tuned to UCPBA Ottawa. Sign up to our mailing list at our website, ucpbaottawa.ca, as well as follow us on social media. We again welcome Ukraine on its 29th anniversary of its independence, and we hope to celebrate 30 years of Ukraine's independence with you next year in person. Slava Ukraini!